In the next 24 hours, we'll cross Bass Strait and ride into Tasmania. And this will be the start of one of the biggest motorcycle trips I've ever done. But it doesn't start on the ferry, it starts right here. Before I can get to this stage, I've got to get all that onto this. Alright, Tasmania trip, first one. This is where I drastically overpack or I totally forget something completely crucial. So I guess I'm going to be packing all of this stuff onto the bike sooner or later, and being Tasmania, I'm definitely taking some wet weather gear with me just in case. It is summer, but who knows. First stop, Tasweegen. This is where the ride actually begins for some of us. Meeting up with some of the crew here. From here we're heading down to Ferry. There's just something different about a trip like this. Different range of bikes, different people, different riding styles, but one destination. And Tasmania, well, that doesn't care what you ride. It just tests whether you're ready. To the Sorrento ferry. 5 o'clock ferry is now 4:20, so that was really good timing. Just a one-way ticket this time. I recall from my last vlog we came down here on the Great Ocean Road. Hello! Day one, packing the bike, meeting the crew, crossing Port Phillip Bay, and tonight we sail on the Spirit of Tasmania across Bass Strait. This whole wide world has gonna set me right tonight. I'm off the rails, no looking back, kicking dust off a one-way track, tore up roads and bloodshot tails, burning fuel, breaking nails. Ain't no angel riding shotgun here, just a storm and a cracked windshield. Yeah, I'm off the rails, and
end of day 1. Cheers for joining me, guys, and be sure to come back for episode 2, where we arrive in Devonport and head down to Queenstown. As always, I appreciate everybody's support. Hit that like and subscribe for me, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.
Right guys, welcome back. Day 2 of Tassie. Just got in a little bit earlier last night. There was a tailwind pushing us along. Bit of a rough night's sleep, going for a rip. It's pretty intense there for a bit. So yeah, got a bit tired on this morning, but we're going to get out of here, go get some fuel, and go get some breakfast. And Queenstown is our destination today, so I'll take you along with me. Thanks for coming back. Episode 2, Tassie. Let's go. Well, welcome to Tasmania, people. Devonport. Beautiful sunny day. Wow, what a start. We've literally just got off the boat and this is our first ride down. We're not even 5 kilometres away from the boat yet, and this is the views that we greeted with. Shimmering black tarmac, not a ripple on the surface, and a fantastic view off to my right of the tidal river that flows in and out of Devonport. Absolutely fantastic. How good's that for you guys? Very nice. Well, that's something you don't see every day in Victoria. Someone taking their alpaca for a walk along the country township. There we are in Sheffield, just going to grab some lunch. Not lunch, getting way ahead of myself. We're going to grab some breakfast. Cup of coffee is definitely on the cards. Alright, that's breakfast done. Nice cup of coffee, nice toasty. We are now heading for Cradle Mountain and up the mountain road. Never been to Cradle Mountain before, pretty sure it's going to be beautiful. Well, going to have a ride up there and go and take a look. And as usual, I'll take you guys with me for the ride. Sit back, settle in, Cradle Mountain time. It seemed at this point that the Triumph Speedmaster had developed a bit of a dodgy solenoid on the starter motor. No good? No biggie, give it a push start, all good. There we go. Wow, what an incredible view. These roads wandering down into the mountains towards Cradle Mountain were absolutely fantastic. Again, I was absolutely blown away by the surface. Perfect road conditions. Cambers were correct in every single corner, and it was a pleasure to ride. Hi guys, welcome to Cradle Mountain in Tasmania. Never been here before, we're going to check it out, see what we can see. Guys, the road differences over here compared to back home, I think I've seen maybe one pothole since I've been here, and it was repaired. It was flat as a tack, really, really good roads. Like, it's true what they say, Tasmania's got some fantastic roads, some really good twisties as well. I'm not a fast rider and I'm not confident on roads I don't know. And I admit it, I freely admit it, there's nothing wrong with that. And I am thoroughly enjoying the ride. So anyway, let's see if we can get a closer look at this Cradle Mountain thing. Well, I'm hoping there's a bit of a closer shot at it, guys, because that's Cradle Mountain right there in the distance. But from the visitor centre, you can't get nowhere near it unless you jump on a commercial bus. Cradle Mountain, from the distance, is about all I can get. It's so commercialised here. They've got shuttle buses running in and out of the national park, and look at the price list. I think I want the best part of $40 per adult for a ticket to go on the bus and go and see Cradle Mountain. As much as I wouldn't mind seeing Cradle Mountain, it's not worth $40, so especially with a big group like this. So we're going to keep moving. After an initial bit of a disappointment, the view from Cradle Mountain and the commercialised side of things, Tasmania certainly didn't disappoint any further. After leaving Cradle Mountain, we wound our way down through the lanes. Speeds increased, the road surface was perfect and the corners were fantastic. The road from Cradle Mountain all the way down to Zeehan, and from Zeehan to Strawn onto Queenstown, which is known as the 99 Bends, was absolutely exhilarating. On arrival at Queenstown, this place feels totally different to anywhere else in Tasmania. It's rugged, it's raw, but it's honest. And after riding the 99 bends to get here, between Strawn and Queenstown, you understand why riders talk about this stretch of road with great respect. Running through town is the Queen River, often nicknamed the Yellow River. For decades, mine tailings and waste flowed directly into the river system. Heavy metals and acid runoff discoloured the water and heavily impacted the ecosystem. Environmental reforms in the late 20th century significantly reduced pollution, but the scars remain, and it's a significant reminder that this town wasn't built on tourism, but was built on copper. Well, good morning guys, welcome to day 3 Tasmania. We're currently in Queenstown and this is our accommodation last night. Nothing too fancy, just a railway hotel, $60 for a room for the night. Can't complain at that. So the plan today is we're going to hang around here for a bit because we've got some nasty weather coming in. Hopefully it'll all be gone by 12 o'clock and we can get going. Haven't got too far to go today, we're only going down to Ouse, depending how people say it. So we're going to go find somewhere to go and get a cup of coffee and some breakfast. And then, yeah, see how the weather goes. See guys, the weather's turned very English on me. So I've going to have to swap my gear over today. I'm going to put my other jacket on. Warm gloves. I might even have to put my weights on yet, see how we go. But yeah, she's predicted to be a little bit on the damp side today.
Another one.
Alright. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. So after breakfast, the rain stopped around about lunchtime. The roads began to dry out, so we headed off to the Iron Blow Lookout. Fantastic view from the top of the mountain there, but unfortunately my 360 camera data was lost at this point. So the only footage I managed to retrieve from this day was from the chin mounted camera. So with the roads still very wet from earlier, we meandered our way up the mountain over to the other side, to the Iron Blow Lookout, where the view certainly didn't disappoint. After seeing some spectacular sights at the Iron Blow Lookout, we made our way back out onto the twists and turns of the highway, heading for our next destination for the night, being Ouse. This was a fair way off, and we had a short distance to travel before lunch, so we decided to stop off at the Derrerwent Hotel, en route to Ouse. Alright, so the sun's come out at last in Tassie, so it should dry the roads up beautiful. We just stopped at the Derrerwent Bridge Hotel just for a quick lunch stop. Quick beer, go and get some fuel, and then we're continuing on to Ouse. Alright, so we just left the Derrerwent Bridge Hotel. Way down now to go and find the Geographical Centre of Tasmania. Alright guys, welcome to the Geographical Centre of Tasmania. They've even decorated it with a pretty good lake. I'll show you that right now. There you go. So, now dead set in the centre of Tasmania. Yeah. Dead set, centre. Do you reckon they measured this just to make sure, like we put it in the right spot? They haven't sent me the wrong spot, have they? There you go. Everybody around the world, including all my friends in England. This is the middle of Tassie. Fantastic spot. After regrouping at the centre of Tasmania, we headed off back down some more twisties towards our hotel in Ouse. On the way we discovered a lot of pipelines on the side of the road. These are all to do with the hydroelectric power that's produced in Tasmania, and I believe Tasmania is actually self-sufficient in hydroelectricity. It was interesting to see all the pipelines running across the windy roads following the river. It must have been a huge project and the infrastructure must have been massive. It didn't put a blight on the landscape. In fact, it was quite interesting to see how it all works. Quite enjoyed those roads today. They're more of my kind of roads. They're a bit more open. You can see what's coming. After yet another run of what seemed to be endless twisty roads, some of the best I've ever ridden in my entire life, we finally roll into the town of Ouse and our hotel just here on the left. Looking forward to another fantastic night of fun and festivities and a well-earned rest. I guess there's nothing to write home about, but it's comfortable, it's a bed, it's tidy, it's clean. And it's only one night and it's only $100. Right guys, that concludes today's trip from Queenstown to Ouse. We're here at the Lachlan Hotel in Ouse and it's pretty much bedtime. We've had some food, we've had some drinks. It turned out to be a really wet morning. Bad start to the day, but the road's dried up beautifully and it was a really good spirited ride all the way down here. So be sure to join me back again tomorrow in the next episode where we're going to be heading to the Gordon Dam and then into Hobart. So look forward to having you back then. Don't forget, if you're not already, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Helps my channel grow and I really appreciate all my existing subscribers and new subscribers. Everyone's just gearing up, we're all good to go. We're going out to Ouse today, up to the Gordon Dam. And then from the Gordon Dam we're heading into Hobart. Beautiful day out here today. No rain forecast for the rest of the week hopefully. Let's go. Alright, we are on our way. Gordon Dam, here we come. So as we leave the hotel, we're literally 50 metres down the road. The roads open up from a small town in the middle of nowhere to the middle of nowhere. Again, shimmering tarmac, beautiful scenery off to both my left and my right with this massive lake that seems to stretch on forever. Really looking forward to a good day down at the dam. I've never been to Gordon Dam before. I've heard the road the Gordon River Road, is one of the best roads in Tasmania. It's about 100 kilometres of twisty bends, nothing between you and the dam except straight. So we are on the road to the Gordon Dam. Now if you've never heard of this place, stick around, because what's waiting at the end of this epic road is something that most people will never get to see in their lifetime. As you hit the road, you immediately notice something different. The traffic disappears, the noise disappears, it's just you, the bike, and the absolute sheer kilometres of raw tarmac stretching deep into the Tasmanian bush. The surface out here is absolutely fantastic. Smooth, fast sweeping bends, long sight lines, but don't get too comfortable. This road has a rhythm that changes and it will catch you out if you're not paying attention. 1 minute you're thrown through the open bends, the next minute it tightens up. And that's what makes this road so addictive. Well, this is an absolutely terrible place to have a quick stop on the way to the Gordon Dam. The view is absolutely terrible, as you can see. And I'm really disappointed with the picturesque scene here at Tasmania. Of course I'm lying, this is absolutely fantastic and I'm really hoping the camera is doing it justice. What an awesome way for those clouds to roll around the mountain. Now here's the thing I found about the Gordon River Road. The road kind of builds an anticipation. You know you're heading towards something big, but you don't quite understand how big until you're actually almost there. The final section starts to feel very different. The terrain opens up, the landscape becomes harsher, and the approach to the Gordon Dam is unreal. The road drops away, and suddenly there is this enormous curved concrete wall that appears carved into the cliffs, like something out of a sci-fi film. The dam itself stands 140 metres high, and it's Australia's highest dam. And when you're on a motorcycle riding towards it, you feel incredibly small. And then there's this moment where you roll to the stop, kill the engine, and the total silence takes over. No wind, no traffic, just this massive structure holding back an ocean of water behind it. After leaving one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen, we headed back along the Gordon River Road, stopping at Pedder's in Strathgordon for lunch. After pulling up at Pedder Wilderness Lodge, the contrast is unreal. From raw concrete and sheer wilderness to a warm mill overlooking Lake Pedder. Boots off the pegs, helmet on the table, and the quiet satisfaction that only comes after a proper ride. That was a run up the Gordon Dam and back. That was about a 4-hour trip all round. This is where we stopped for fuel this morning before heading up the dam, so that's about 2 hours that way, 2 hours back. But what an absolutely fantastic view. And lunch was great as well at Pedder's. Highly recommend that joint if you're up the Gordon Dam. At Strathgordon, drop into Pedder's, get yourself a bite to eat. It's a fantastic view, as you can see from the video. Alright, so from here we're heading out to Hobart and to the Crown Plaza for our hotel room for the night. It's really warmed up now. I've changed my jacket, wearing my summer jacket. I am warm and I am looking forward to a cold beer and a warm shower. Alright, I'll catch you guys when we get closer to Hobart. Little did I know that Hobart, being our next destination, had one hell of a surprise in store for me when I got there. City of Hobart, Tasmania. City life, traffic jams, traffic. Rolling into Hobart, you can immediately feel the contrast between the two sides of Tasmania. Hobart, founded in 1804, and it's Australia's second oldest capital city. But it doesn't feel like it's stuck in the past. Sitting beneath Mount Wellington, Hobart blends rugged wilderness with the historic waterfront charm. Alright guys, we've made it. Crowne Plaza, Hobart. I had to have a little bit of a conversation with the manager and the concierge. After arriving on our bikes, we was told that it's valet parking, but they don't drive bikes, so they took us around to a car park which was about 3 blocks away. They then proceeded to make us carry our own luggage, which was really heavy, back to the hotel, and then told us when checking in that it's going to be $30 each for valet parking. So 11 people just had a very heated conversation with the manager here, and for secure parking we managed to get it down to $10 a bike, but that was after a lot of bargaining. So for anyone staying in the Crowne Plaza, Hobart, and you're on a motorcycle, expect the same treatment. Yeah, a bit unprofessional, but other than that, guys, the room is fantastic. I'm very, very happy with the room so far. I'm really looking forward to a cool shower, and then we're meeting the others at 7 o'clock for dinner at the Drunken Admiral, and we're going to have a wander around Hobart. So I am looking forward to a relaxing evening after a bit of a debacle getting into the hotel itself. So anyway, you live and learn. It was all sorted in the end, so that's okay. Well, good morning from Hobart. Day 5 of the Tasmanian adventure. Thanks so much again for tuning back in. Today we're heading off to Bruny Island. I'm going to pop the ferry over there, possibly some beach riding, or totally illegal to do that over here in Tasmania, completely illegal in Victoria obviously. So yeah, we're going to head over to Bruny Island and see what that's got to offer. It's a nice cruisy day today, it's not too far to go. Going to pop out this morning, grab myself some breakfast from the bakery, and then I need to pop over to a hi-fi store, JB Hi-Fi possibly, or something similar. I'm running out of room on my hard drive, and I need to get an external hard drive. So I'm going to have a wander through Hobart. I'll take the camera along with me. We're going to get some breakfast and a cup of coffee. Well, welcome to Hobart CBD. Just on my way down to go and find someone to get a cup of coffee. Oh, this looks like a good place for a coffee. Let's try here. Alright, so I got my coffee, keep on wandering, go down to the quay, go and see where the boat's coming, have a wander around there, take it with me, come and have a look at Hobart. Not too bad. Wonder what your toasties are like. Doesn't look too bad. Oh, thanks Banjo. My morning coffee and breakfast here in Hobart, Tasmania. We're going to go pick up our luggage and we are heading to Bruny Island via the ferry. I think we're going to try and catch the 10 past 12 ferry. So
Right here, right now,
This was where Hobart really did hit me hard.
There's the concierge.
I could never have expected what happened to me next. That made me throw and the barrier come down on my head.
Oh really?
What an idiot! Luckily enough, this time we was allowed to leave our luggage in the lobby before loading it onto the bikes, rather than carrying it the 2 blocks back to the car park. So after removing my crash helmet to load up my luggage, I realised that the top of the crash helmet had actually been damaged by the barrier that came down on top of my head. I was also informed that the barrier had come off the hinge. There I go again, straight up to the concierge, straight into the manager's office and report the incident. Alright, so I just recorded that because that's not on, it's damage to my crash helmet. Just wanted to make it official because that's a $600 crash helmet that's been damaged due to being waved through when the barrier comes down, and that's not on. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Alright, well that was a bit of a debacle. As you've seen and heard on the camera, I was waved out of the car park by the concierge and the barrier's come down on top of my crash helmet and it's damaged my crash helmet. So I just had to go back into the hotel and make an official report. Certainly not my fault, I was waved through. I've told them the same. Luckily it went a second earlier and didn't hit me in the face and pull me off the bike. We'd have a very, very different conversation. Apparently the barrier come off the hinge as well, so I'm certainly not paying for that. Not my fault. Alright, let's get down to Bruny Island. Well, Hobart was really turning it on for me this morning. Some of the driving was absolutely shocking, and having been cut off about 3 times already. I've experienced some bad drivers in my time, but my god, Hobart really did take the cake this morning. I think I need to get away from city life and get back out into the country. We're going to need a bigger boat. Oh, we're waiting for the Bruny Island ferry, and looks like we're in for a bit of a wait. As you can see, the queue is massive, and it's a little barge thing. How many cars does it take, Emma?
I honestly don't know.
Not many?
I reckon 30 maybe.
Yeah, okay. So we could be here for a while, but we haven't got far to go today, so it's a very chilled day. Good job, really. So the wait begins. I'll get you back when we get on the boat. And it's a Harley race. They go, look, how many people does it take to push a Harley? I can say that today because I'm on my Ducati. Thank you. Alright, here we go, board to the ferry. They don't mess around, do they? That's it, Bruny Island Ferry. Hello, who are you? Some random stranger follows me everywhere. Oh well, bye-bye Tasmania.
Yes.
Little boat trip number 3.
Oh, sorry.
So boat trip number 3.
Number 3 for you?
Number 3, yeah. So first one was Sereno, and then we got the big boat, and now we're on the dinghy. Alright guys, Bruny Island, here we come. Looking forward to this. There's a bit of a wait for the boat, but in all honesty, they actually really loaded it up really quick. They get everyone off really quick. They've done a really good job. And do you know what? The ferry fee, $7.50. Absolutely fantastic. Alright guys, I'll catch you on Bruny Island. Just off the south coast of Hobart sits Bruny Island, and getting there is definitely part of the adventure. A short ferry ride across the channel drops you into a place that feels completely removed from the mainland. Bruney is split into north and south, connected by a narrow strip of land known as the Neck. The Neck contains a lookout from the top where you can get one of the most iconic views in Tasmania. Ocean on both sides, wild, windswept and untouched. The island is known for its rugged coastline, towering sea cliffs and incredible local produce, oysters, cheese and fresh seafood straight from the Southern Ocean. But for riders, it's the quiet roads and the raw scenery that make it special. Less traffic, more nature, open roads and open throttle. Alright, here we are, we're at the Neck lookout. We're going to go up to the lookout, which is up there. Alright, so we're at the Bruny Island lookout, and I guess we'll go up the top and do some looking.
We will. We're going to look it up the top.
We're going to have a look at the lookout. Well, that was quite the climb. What an absolutely fantastic day it's been. The trip down to Bruny Island has been beautiful. Tomorrow...
Well, good morning everybody. Welcome back to day 6 of the Tasmanian trip. Just woke up from Adventure Bay and this is the sound I had last night going to sleep, and it was absolutely beautiful. Highly recommend this place if you come down to Adventure Bay. I'll put the link in the description. Today we are off to Orford over the top of Mount Wellington. It's going to be a run up to Orford. It's going to be an earlier start today. We've got to try and catch the 9:30 ferry, I believe. So we'll get that done, get on back onto the mainland of Tasmania and continue on our journey. Captain Cook Holiday Park, what a place. The staff here are fantastic. It's under new ownership. Definitely come down here and check it out. Come and see Corey and he'll look after you. He is an absolutely top guy. Literally just taken over the park. He's got some great plans for the place. Guys, look at the view. Right on the doorstep of the holiday park you've got the beach. It's such a nice place. Really peaceful. Come down, check it out. What a great place. Alright, so thank you Captain Cook Holiday Park in Adventure Bay, Bruny Island. We are now off to Mount Wellington, and then our next bed for the night is in Orford at the Blue Waters Hotel. Let's hit the road.
Rolling out of Adventure Bay just after sunrise, the air still carrying that salty edge from the Southern Ocean, I couldn't help but take one last look back in the mirrors. We traced our way back across Bruny Island, heading north, settling into a rhythm that you only really find when you're on two wheels. Steady throttle, eyes up, scanning through the corners. The road starts to talk to you out there. As we rolled away back across the neck, those wild sand dunes slowly disappeared in the mirrors, windswept, raw, and untamed. Soon enough, the sand gave way to steel ramps and the ferry idling ahead of us. The tyres that were humming over loose coastal roads were now lining up for the crossing back onto the mainland of Tasmania. It's a strange transition. 1 minute you're carving through the remote coastline, and the next, the bike is just sitting on a ferry and you're watching the shoreline drift away in the distance. The adventure doesn't stop though, it just shifts gears. So after arriving back on the mainland of Tasmania and weaving our way out towards the nearest servo, my day took another unexpected turn. Unfortunately I didn't catch this on camera, but while fueling up the bike, I put my key in my top box and I opened my top box to get my wallet out. As I reclosed the top box after getting fuel, I closed the top box and the key fell apart. The circuit board inside the key came out of the key holder, hit the ground and burst into 100 pieces. You can imagine the thought that went through my head. Oh no, my keys just exploded in the middle of nowhere and I've got absolutely no way to start the bike with the electronic ignition fault. At this point, I am so thankful that I changed the key pin code on my bike so that I could start it manually. Otherwise, I would have been well and truly stuffed right here. After fueling up, we made a beeline straight for Hobart as a thundercloud, dense and charcoal black, circled the summit of Mount Wellington. This drastically changed our plans to head to the summit and take a view of the city from the top of Mount Wellington. With the traffic the way it was and the pace that we were setting, we managed to stay ahead of the thunderstorm and keep dry. As we left the hustle and bustle of the Hobart CBD behind us, the road became narrow and we crossed a large inlet. It's hard to explain and even capture on camera the vast body of water which we're crossing in this narrow strip of tarmac that runs directly through the bay. Having set a bit of a cracking pace all the way through Hobart and out the other side just to stay ahead of the weather, we rolled into the town of Sorrel, tired, weary-eyed, and gasping for a coffee. Then, there it was, Banjo's Cafe, off to our left. An absolute lifesaver. We rolled in, grabbed our coffee, and relaxed. Alright, we're going to get back on the road. Off to Orford. The approach to Orford is pure rider's gold. On one side, the river runs close, calm, tidal. On the other, sandstone rock walls rise up, rough and weathered, glowing softly under the overcast sky. It feels tight, intimate, like the landscape is closing in just for you. And right down the middle, some of the finest twisty tarmac you could ever ask for. Smooth, flowing corners that link perfectly. Roll on, tip in, hit up, drive out. The rhythm just builds and builds. Water to your left, rock to your right, and that perfect ribbon of road threading straight through the middle. And then, after some of the best roads that you could ever possibly wish to ride, you roll into the small town of Orford. Picturesque, calm, and to our right, our accommodation for the night. Looking forward to another cold beer and some more relaxing shenanigans through the evening. Alright, what a nice room, guys. It's very, very nice. Got a sea view out there, which I'll show you in a second. Beds look comfy. Very, very pleased. $169 for this room, I think it was on Expedia. Fantastic. Alright, so yeah. Day 6, I think it is. And that was Bruny Island to Orford by way of Mount Wellington, which turned into be not Mount Wellington due to the horrendous storm that went past Mount Wellington today.
Well, good morning guys from beautiful Orford. What a fantastic morning it is, and welcome to our 7th day, I can't believe it, 7th day in Tasmania, where today we're going to be riding a big ride. It's about 5.5 hours today for us, so we're going to ride the coastal road, which is the A3, all the way from Orford, right the way into Launceston via the Bicheno Blowhole, and then we're going to go into the In the Paddock, and then back round through down into Launceston, the long way round. So big ride, lots of scenery, lots to see. Let's get to Launceston. Alright, that was the Blue Waters motoring at Orford. It was a very comfortable night's sleep actually. So, not too bad a hotel if you're out this way. Come check it out. I'm sure they'll be very accommodating. They seem to look after the bikes, so that's good. On to Bicheno. Back on 2 wheels, we are back out on the Tasmanian roads, and life is good.
What's that?
I can't open my fuel cap because my key won't fucking connect.
Also, I thought,
You've got a key.
needless to say, another surprise in store for me. Because I'd broken my key the day before, I'd forgotten the fact that the fuel tank actually unlocks using the computer code in the key. Oh dear, can't get the fuel tank open and I'm running out of fuel fast. Luckily for me, I figured out that the fuel tank does actually still open, but there was a specific method that you had to put the PIN code in. So after managing to fill up with fuel in Orford, we hit the roads again. The next destination was the famous Bicheno Blowhole. On Tasmania's west coast, it feels wild and untamed. The roads are raw, carved through dense rainforest, with weather that can turn in minutes. The wind bites hard, the air feels cold, and every kilometre feels earned. But then you cross to the east coast and everything changes. The coastline opens up, the light softens, the roads stretch into flowing sweepers and ocean views that seem to go on forever. Where the west is rugged and broadening, the east is bright and inviting. Calmer seas, warmer air, and that laid-back coastal rhythm. Same island, two completely different personalities, and on a motorcycle you get to feel every bit of that contrast.
Well guys, that was the Bicheno Blowhole. What a fantastic spot that really was. The scenery was beautiful. We couldn't have asked for a better day with the sun glistening on the water. It's very, very calm, so the blowhole's not in its full glory, but we still got a couple of really good shots, so absolutely blown away with that. Quite fun. But no, that was really good. Alright, let's get on the road. Yeah, welcome to the pub in the paddock, everybody. Hey, where's the pig?
Over there.
Oh, still drinking beer?
Yeah.
It is?
Oh,
Oh, well, I was going to
actually,
look. Yeah, okay. Alright, so the pub in the paddock. Apparently there's a pig here that likes beer. So we're going to go and see the pig and feed him a beer. Or feed her a beer, should I say. Is it Pricilla?
Pricilla, yeah.
Pricilla likes a beer. So we just got a beer out of the pub. And this is legit. There you go. There you go. It's a beer. So yeah. I'd just like to point out that no animals were harmed in the making of this video. They were just made extremely drunk. So this is the home of Pricilla. And geez, I'm dry. I'd love a beer. Can you see that? Oh, there you go. Where's Pricilla? Beers up, Pricilla. Where is Pricilla? There she comes.
There she comes.
All right. Full legit. There you go, Pricilla. Come and have a beer, mate.
Jeez, gone. She likes a beer. Go on, you girl. Alright, so now I can guarantee that I'm going to get 1 million comments and 500 complaints from the animal welfare group. So I'm going to let you into a little secret, okay? There is beer in the bottle, but it's 90% water, okay? That's just the way it runs. It's not 100% beer, okay? It just looks like beer and it's a gimmick. I have not made a pig drunk. Guys, it is 90% water, just that other beer bottle. There is a little bit of beer in there, but only a little bit. And as you can see, as soon as you call her, she comes out, she loves it. So it's not like anyone's doing it against their will. Yep. The pig in the paddock that likes a beer. Alright everyone, that was the pub in the paddock. It was good food, nice refreshments. Nice stop off on the way down to Launceston. And Pricilla enjoyed her beer, so bit of a novelty. Never seen anything like that before. It's my first time seeing a pig enjoy a beer. So yeah, all good fun. Alright, we're going to swing on down to Launceston. I think the plan is we're going to go and hit Richardsons Harley Davidson. So if that's the case, I'm going to take you in there with me. I need to buy another dealership t-shirt while I'm down here. So let's do it. Let's get to Launceston and get to the Penny Royale, which is our next accommodation. Alright guys, let's hit the road.
Steps land softly before I choose them. Time keeps a rhythm. I don't fight anymore. There's a shape in the silence, holding me steady. I don't see the whole picture, but it carries me. Every turn feels borrowed, every pause feels played. I stop asking why, I start listening. Still moving, still held. Still moving, still held.
Here we are at the Iron Horse Bar, Richardsons Harley Davidson, Launceston. I think I need a t-shirt. It's like no snuff movie, mate. Oh, t-shirt. Huh?
So,
Richardsons Harley Davidson turned out to be more than just a Harley Davidson shop. If you go upstairs, they've got a full-on museum with some really rare bikes. I had a quick look around, so I thought I'd film some stuff and show you guys around. Indian. Take a look at some of this stuff. Very rare indeed. Still in Indian orange or red. Got a 1970 Harley J model. A 1929 Harley J model. A 350 Harley single. A 1947 Acme, Australian built. And a VB500 aerial. Some pretty rare birds in here. What have we got here? 1941 Indian. Cool. This place is awesome. A couple of motors, if you want some motors. Original 1974 Sportster motor. So after leaving Harley Davidson Richardsons in Launceston, we made a beeline back for our hotel, which is the Penny Royal Leisure Inn just down the road. It's an interesting setup, this one. I'll take you for a walk around and show you what it's all about once I get there. Here we are, Penny Royal Leisure Inn. So yeah, let's give you a walk around the hotel room. It's just a standard double bed. What have we got in here? Spacious bathroom. Clean. Doesn't smell. Superb. Got a fridge there. And yeah, just a relaxing couch. So I'm going to get myself unpacked and then I'll take you for a walk around the complex and show you what it's all about. It's a nice spot, this one. And there's a waterfall just over the back there, so I'll go and show you that in a sec. It's the Penny Royal Leisure Apartments here in Launceston. It's actually not a bad little place. It's really nice. Yeah, in the morning. So it gets even better from the outside, guys. Check this out. When you go around the back. So after checking in at the hotel, getting freshened up, tonight's dinner destination was the Iron Horse Bar and Grill in Launceston. Little did I know that while I was at the Bar and Grill, I was going to bump into Parry, the $1 Million Bogan sidekick. And a fan of my channel, Michael from Harley Fam Adventures. Great guy, good content, check out his link below. So after a great feed and a few good beers at the Iron Horse Bar and Grill, it was almost time to call it a night. We all headed back to the hotel, looking forward to another day on the bikes tomorrow. Day 8 in Tasmania is on the way. It's our last day. Can't believe it's day 8 already. Well, good morning, welcome back. Day 8 Tasmanian adventure. Today is our last day in Tasmania. We head home today, so 6:45 tonight we leave Devonport. I think today I'm just going to make the most of Launceston and I'm just going to have a wander around town, go down the river, get myself a cup of coffee and some breakfast, just taking some sights, have a bit of a relaxing day to myself today, and I think I'm going to catch up with the other guys in Derrerwent a bit later on today. All right, so another beautiful day in Launceston. The guys are just getting ready to go. So they're going to take a run up to the Great Lakes. I'm going to detour off into Derrerwent. I'm going to try and meet up with an old friend up there. And then I'm going to meet up with these guys when they head back from the Great Lakes in Derrerwent. From there we're going to head up to the boat, get on board and start our trip back to the mainland. Alright guys, catch you in Derrerwent. Safe ride. Alright, Penny Royal, thanks for a good night's stay. See you again soon, one day I think. Let's go and have a quick look at Cataract Gorge, go find some fuel. And then I'm going to head to Derrerwent. So having seen the guys off at the hotel, I set off on my own towards Cataract Gorge. It was less than a 5-minute drive from where the hotel was, so I thought it'd be rude not to go and take a look. So after a short run through some Launceston traffic, I found myself on the road to the gorge. I was absolutely blown away with the scenery in the place. I even managed to get a sneaky drone shot. I'll take you guys along with me. You can see the sights of Cataract Gorge. On the walking track, take a look down at the suspension bridge. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go on it with my my phobia, but anyway, we're going to have a look. Alright, here goes, my first attempt. I've got a massive fear of phobia of heights and bridges suspension, so here we go. See how far I get. Yeah, I'm already hanging on pretty tight. Oh. You can see the bridge moving? Oh my God, look at that. Holy Jesus. Oh! I knew if I filmed long enough she'd fall off. I reckon she done it on purpose. But anyway, good show, good balance, well done. Fantastic. Alright, what a fantastic shot of the gorge, guys. Now I need to get off this bridge because I'm really starting to get weak in the knees. Alright, well, the things I do for YouTube and my channel, you're welcome. Oh, that's better, the ground's not moving now. Whew. I certainly felt a bit sick there for a second. Anyway, Cataract Gorge, ladies and gentlemen. Head back to the bike, go get some fuel, get back on the road. Deloraine bound. Rather than jumping just on the freeway and making a beeline direct for Deloraine, I decided to take the optional back road route, which was the B54. It brought me out in the same place, but it was just a little bit more scenic. It was a beautiful road, again, the perfect surface, nice road to have a little bit of a play on. And being on my own, I didn't really mind which way I detoured. So after a nice lonesome cruise from Launceston, I finally arrived in Deloraine and back to civilization once again. Deloraine seemed like a typical busy country town with a really nice feel to it, and the view over the back of Deloraine was absolutely fantastic with yet another Tasmanian mountain for a backdrop. It was here that I relaxed for a bit, met up with a friend, had a pub lunch and just chilled out, waited for the rest of the guys to come back from the Great Lakes ride. Just having a walk along the river actually, it's quite a nice little spot. So after meeting a mate for lunch, I had about another 30 minutes to myself. I just sat down by the river, watched the world go by until it was time to jump back on the bike and head for our next destination, which was meeting up with the guys, head to Devenport and jump on the boat home. So here we were, after 8 epic days, we're finally back on the road where it all started 8 days ago. Off to my left is the lake, off in front of me is the road back to the boat, where we wait to board the Spirit of Tasmania and back to reality, back to Melbourne. I'm kind of sad to see the back of Tasmania. The roads have been fantastic, the company's been even better. What an absolutely fantastic 8 days it's been, and it's probably one of the best experiences of my motorcycle life so far. For anyone thinking of coming to Tasmania, you've got to put this on your bucket list. It's an absolutely amazing place to see, and an even more amazing place to ride. So with the bikes loaded, we went to our cabin, dropped our gear, went straight to the bar, and with a cold beer, watched Tasmania disappear off on the horizon. Thanks Tasmania, it's been absolutely fantastic, and we will be back.